talk once or twice. Welcome to the final match of tonight's broadcast for the Blast Fall Showdown.
Oh, I've got the stamina for this one. I am excited. The quick 2-0 with Liquid and their unbelievable performance over MIBR to leave us just enough energy to really give it our all for this match here. The up-and-coming Cloud9 versus the storied, the seasoned juggernaut that is Complexity. Let's see what happens.
Player behind Little Blue. Tag shoots him through. P250 towards the secret stairs. JKS fighting over on ramp. He's going to die out to Floppy. Config was able to ice out Tag over on secret, so the man advantage to the hands of Complexity. Alex slips out from Hut and gets caught by Config. He was just hiding behind those vents, but it's Floppy doing what he does. Bombs in the open. Stranded, in fact. He is spotted from the player behind red, jumps up, kills the man in heaven, and takes a little bit of damage. Oh. This is still winnable, absolutely.
I think that's info on both players, actually. So he knows one's back red and he knows one's close mini because of the right-click smoke. Let's see if he reads this. He is super clutch. You can see his awareness is starting to kick in that someone may have pushed.
To the left, he gets peeked. Now sits on 42 HP. And yeah, eventually gets sidelined. So figuring out where they were, but what could he really do about it? Complexity gonna find that CT-sided pistol.
Yeah, that's a good start here. Some trades. Really awkward exchange between Alex and someone in front of the squeaky vent. Not sure who that was. But we'll get eyes on Config and see this push come out. That's so strong. Finding that timing inside of that mini smoke seems like something people are doing more and more often these days versus the hell wraps. Echoing round, and it looks like they've got a plan in mind. Floppy's got a full set of utility, and so does Alex.
Pistol burst through smoke. Rush just chilling back behind box. Allows for these players to get down here. Floppy, a little bit of damage, but they do manage 2 sets of feet downstairs. There's the third, there's the fourth, but one of them's died already. JKS gonna go for the ump spam through smoke. Gun gets low, but Config's here to cover. It's at least the post plan. Cloud9 finding that bomb down is some sort of a success story, but what more can they take with it? A smoke grenade over onto Heisenberg. Config, the eyes of a bird, finding players through smokes like it's nobody's business. JKS with the defuse. Complexity their second. Not a single player lost this time around.
Yeah, not a lot they want to do there. They just throw the initial kind of smoke, first volley of grenades to bait out the incendiary into Squeaky. Smoke the molly, create some cover, drop vent, and it's Complexity to allow the plant to go down. This is the key point for Cloud9. Into round 3, there's not a lot of money to invest with. Don't know if they spent everything they had. Everyone on the roster has got 2 kills at the moment. Config on 6 for Complexity. Everyone else on his team having a single kill. A superstar Config is a scary prospect in any given map. Tag going up top with the deagle. And Cloud9 have eyes set forward on yard control.
Poison Scout. A fantastic scout player. One of the best.
On maybe his best map.
Yeah.
With it. Oh, scouting yard.
Right up there with like Searson, Chris J. Tag falls off of the hut. Rather mini roof, excuse me. Hut is actually occupied by a player from Complexity. But a very silent situation from Cloud9. They've got 2 smoke grenades still to work with if they want to throw up a wall to cross onto secret. I don't see any hard B rotate already coming out of Complexity, so if they just rush from this point on, then maybe they get something going. But they've lost a member of their forces. 3 players actually down here. CT is now sprinting in. JKS again with the ump, trying to line them up, but you know, last time he had the smoke to work around so he could close that distance. The Deagles instead take him down. But they've lost that anchor up top. So it's only the 3 members of Cloud9 here on the B site to try and hold things off. And well, Deagle shots like that will certainly help. Woxic's able to find one with the Glock. It's a 2 versus 2, and there's damage being done here to Complexity. But Mezzy unable to hang on. It's Config to make the difference with the defuse. Complexity 3-0.
Well, good thing they've got Rush. It looks like if Config's not as sharp as he is, 8-0, they would have lost this round as well. That was close. You didn't hit that first headshot. It would have been a 2-hit body kill with the deagle. But the plant comes in again. Rotation's a little bit slow. You'd like to see JKS in a more comfortable position at that point when they're entering the site. And for the rotations to be a little bit more liberal when you're going up against pistols. But Complexity, they still at least wrap the round up. Now, it's going to be a costly one. Most players on the team down to $1,000 or less. Config, the only one really hanging on to a huge amount of cash. Cloud9 buy-up. No op involved, just AKs here. And again, I set forward on taking over mid-control and punishing any CTs that move up aggressively. Oh no, Poison misses an easy shot, and Woxic, well, he'll try to punish the repeak, which is interesting. It costs him some damage. Now Config's next up to bat. Floppy gets an opening kill. 2 trades upstairs. BlameF off the side of his ACOG will now readjust to get the kill. 3-on-3 situation as they take upstairs.
Yeah, they've got that bomb planted for the front side of the A site. JKS thinking about coming around these corners. We saw Woxic kind of struggle with it. Esatag takes him down. Now eyes can be turned up here to the heavens. Oh, great grenade. That one blows Poison into Tomorrow, and BlameF, he knows this op's far too valuable. He tries to retreat with it, but Esatag is omnipresent. Cuts him down towards spawn. We've got Cloud9 on the board, and a 3K from Esatag puts him up to 6 kills.
Let's look at Floppy again as you get these entries. Shades of a leash here coming out of the hut. Looking very strong, and that helps out the lineup a lot. Honestly, it feels like something's a little bit off right now with Complexity, but we'll see what happens. Config definitely looks sharp as ever, but because of the losses in those first couple of rounds, Complexity don't have enough money to buy anything at all, and Complexity, they'll take it fast upstairs.
Just immediately right back to where they had first succeeded. Pistols going down. Nobody else here to stop it. I love the aggression from Complexity, excuse me, Cloud9. I love the commitment.
Yeah, they don't overthink it at all, and it looks like they'll have minimal losses. It's actually pretty important here that Complexity try to do some damage in the post plant, knock down some of that, some of these AKs if possible, hold for their exits. They've got to go somewhere. BlameF will have their final escape through heaven. Kind of a tense moment. Poison, shoot one in the side of the head. He'll get the kill on Woxic. 100 HP to 0. And he'll maybe peek out again for another.
BlameF, you rat.
Look how many kills they're actually getting. 2 here.
This is huge.
Upgraded to the AK. They're looking to jump down on this. BlameF, he drops the AK, which is interesting. Did they recover it? No, Config will lose it. Interesting spot. They could have grabbed that and ran away. Cloud9 stay with 3. So majority alive. They stay at a surplus. They've got lots of money to buy here. But still pretty good kills for only having USPs. What is the answer now for Complexity? Actually, it's just going to be more of a question. What do they think Cloud9 is going to do? I feel like the defaults outside have made a lot of sense so far. They're quickly into lobby, actually, looking for an upstairs peek.
But fire at the feet of Woxic, loses 69 health. Has to give up his initial angle. He was hoping somebody would extend, but we saw that CT instead drop behind the silos right away. A rapid attempt at an opening kill, but no angle given.
Of course, it's totally fine to base around off a tactic. They go for the opening op kill and upper, and it looks like they're going to follow up behind it. They have lots of time to disperse after the fact, though, because it's obviously unlikely a CT will push outside and wrap on them. No one's even out here by red, so some late smokes will come out, and we'll see if they use them or not, or if they're just going to let them land. They'll have the same level of effectiveness, to be honest. Nobody here in secret, unless I'm crazy. Sorry, there is one player in secret, and BlameF watching.
Ooh, but the smoke grenade, it actually gets extinguished. Oh, BlameF thinking he could punish with it.
Wow, he gets drilled.
JKS is boosted on these boxes. Let's see if he can deliver a multi-kill. They don't check him until they get out already, and the continuation spray is good for a second. Poison gonna lose out to Woxic, who's swinging that op around to keep a man advantage.
That was the kill.
And Rush, well, he wants lobby.
One rotate downstairs, Rush inside of hut. You know, Cloud9 just have to take some guesses. And Alex, he's on one. Grabs that headshot. Quick second as well. Alex, what a round. 3 kills for him. But between him and Woxic, it's hard to say who had more impact. Woxic loses that duel to Poison. They lose ramp control. Rotations change completely. He wins a very important 50-50, and this is just sick. Nicely played from JKS inside of the ramp. You won't get away with playing that position all the time, but it's always good to play once every few rounds.
Make success of it early.
Scary if Alex is on point. 3-3, and it's back to pistols for complexity.
Desert Eagles, single P250, couple of flashbangs, and no time wasted. Alex leads the charge towards the secret stairs. We're going to watch BlameF try to get over to Heisenberg, and, well, what can he really hold off here? Mezzy with eyes on the flank, catches config first. BlameF. Creepy crawling to the sidelines, but, of course, Estetag comes over to trade it before he can have his hands on the AK, before that could go from bad to worse.
Looks like they might still actually change up and go outside, or sorry, upstairs. They're scoring a lot of points with complexity to pull them into this rotation, feeding into their fear. It's going to be a lower hit. Let's see if they actually commit, though, or not. Bomb is, of course, on Estetag. So maybe that is their intention. Woxic almost in a position to look for a flick. That was versus a Deagle is scary for him. USP is up here, and okay, they both contribute. Instant headshots, scary position for Estetag. They know they've given up an off, but now it looks like the T's have made more of a decision. However, it's actually still downstairs.
Yeah, to decon.
If they actually wait long enough, complexity, they could second guess this and go back up.
Completely agreed, but they're going to have to go clear decon to get that confirmation. JKS finding a player. His hands were busy with nades. Mezzy's going to come in and trade. JKS is dead, but Poison with that op finds the angle. And now Mezzy's going to need the clutch. It's shut down by Poison. Complexity winning with pistols.
Okay, a bit of a strange round there from Cloud9. I thought for sure they would at least be watching the flank in that situation, knowing that they were first thing they would do on their list of priorities is go and grab the op back. So this kill is a bit surprising, and then committing to lower, especially when the op is given up in control room. It's what is your actual ticket to victory? Just hoping that they grab it and run back upstairs. It felt like they were trying to keep their options open for this specific situation, but then when it presented itself, they played right into the hands of complexity. So either way, no, big round for complexity to win. Barely anything to work with at all. Save this, anything at all. Do they have one Deagle? Oh my god.
What is that?
I don't even know why he has the op.
That's from the rooftops of Outer. We need to get that to the replay to see how this round started, but just as quickly as the first one comes in, he predicts a position through the roof of T, I'm sure. Molotov at the feet. They're going to go ahead and stop down. JKS falls to his death, and Poison at the hands of Floppy. A fourth for Cloud9. How did that start?
Okay. Let's see it. T roof to heaven. We have the X-ray. Oh, wait, where is that too? X-ray on? Oh my god.
It doesn't even, I mean, is that not the corner above hut, but the opposite side? Because it's on the right side of the ladder, so I don't think that's heaven.
Yeah, I don't know where it was. I'd like to get X-ray on, see that again. Alex, he's going to be scoped up again, this time inside of the hut. Pistols only right into round number 9.
Oh my god, that breaks complexity.
They lost to full pistols in the past. Might be a bit scared to play with that same tempo again. Walking back outside. One player here spotting the cross. Oh, he's camped up. Whoa, Woxic will maybe see his USB barrel sticking out. But there is a trade.
BlameF from a distance with the Deagle. See if he can find another. It's the op now looking for him, so yeah, he knows better. They're going to work this outer control, though, Cloud9. Let's see where they go with 40 seconds. From the get-go, Complexity have had heavy numbers over on ramp, and that has not changed. keeping the rotates open. They don't have any info on Secret because of blameF having to forego control. But he is over here behind T-Vent. Floppy's going to size up the A site. It's a matter of finding blameF. There's a player climbing up ladder. Make that 2. And Poison even gets the kill. Things get interesting. blameF. Headshot off the Deagle. Now his hands on the AK. Rush taking damage, but it's 6, 7. Ooh, no time. There's no time. He needs the kill, and he's going to get it chased. blameF in the corner. Oh, complexity based on time.
Wow, that is insane. Where was the bomb? Where did
Drop
it get
back
dropped?
sight.
Oh, Jesus. Could he not have put the bomb down? I feel like at 6 seconds he got the kill. Maybe through the animations, had no time to actually get the plant. What is this kill? Running into Floppy, holding W, and within 1 second of actually hunting that down, blameF stays alive just long enough. That is another full USP round 1 from complexity. I mean, it shouldn't even come that close, right?
What is this back and forth?
I wish we could get the replay of Alex with X-ray on.
Someone's got to go digging
up, if possible.
Quick burst down through vents. Nets them a little control towards the decon door. JKS good for 1. It's only Floppy on the backside, and that is the bomb plant coming through. But with just the Deagle, he should be screwed. He now has hands on Mac 10. And a teammate to come on over. CT is going to use the secret stairs, and as long as blameF stays alive, they can definitely take a good bit of real estate quickly. They still have ramp. And Woxic now comes down to join them. Esatag's making the contact. If he serves as a distraction, then maybe Woxic swings out with this op. They're going to pressure the bomb site itself. You just saw heavy damage off the nade. Floppy with the Mac 10 of all things. How are they going to get these players out of position? It's a 7-second stick, and these are the most wild rounds. These teams going blow for blow, tied at 5, with all sorts of shenanigans already.
That's absolutely absurd. I don't know if anybody's nervous right now, but losing to USPs, then winning the full rifles. The other team who's winning with USPs can't win the full rifles back. Okay, instead of X-ray, this is what we're gonna get. Okay, so it is, I guess, a player who's crossing outside of from heaven, just into the middle of the site, or just standing. Did he die above hut?
Must be above hut.
Okay, so he died in fur, I guess. So a timing shot just to kill him above hut. Okay, cool.
I thought maybe it was on the other side, but makes sense.
That is pretty cool. Very strange situation.
Dude.
We're going to learn more about what's going on with the mentality of the teams as these rounds play out, because a couple of very suspect rounds. So Cloud9 have had a clean anti-eco versus better guns, but have literally lost versus 2 full or 80% USP rounds.
What an incredibly weird half of Counter-Strike so far.
Yeah, I'm here for it. It's
Absolutely
pretty
love
strange. I'm kind of surprised Cloud9 is keeping up. And the fact that they should have a 7 or 8 round half already is pretty astonishing as well. So initial boost outside. We'll try something new with Woxic. He has been a consistent feature of this team, lighting it up with these opening kills. It is an anti-eco, but if you're Cloud9, you're celebrating to get a kill here with 1:35. Time's not working against them. They're making progress.
Config making noise. Outer completely given over. Yeah. Nature of the beast.
One thing was Woxic getting off and doing his own thing with no rifle nearby him. Last time he died in control alone in an untradeable position. I didn't really call too much attention to it because he probably should have got the kill, but it was like the 2 players instant double jumping through window, so looked like an unlucky round. But here it looks like he's trying to entry frag when he is the player opping versus pistols.
Rush is hanging on to heaven for now, but I do respect the fact they tuck a player in hut just in case he dies. And we have Hell given over.
Ramp, I think.
Yep, looking like it.
Oh.
blameF finds Alex elsewhere.
He found a tricky little angle. But this is big, that they walk all the way through. It'll call for some rotations. blameF will come to try to delay the action. Mac 10 in hand, smoke in his face at control. He's going to hear some footsteps. Won't really be able to play off these audibles. Instead, it'll be the CTs to get into the positions at ramp.
It's JKS taking it back alongside Rush, and they find Floppy, but Woxic's op. I mean, he may be on low HP, but now he's dead. This is a gun given over to JKS. Is he going to have to contemplate the save? There is no kit on them. Flashing a frag, looking for the contact. Essetag, quick headshot.
Jesus Christ, he swung out versus the op with the Galil. Could have easily died in that position. Who knows what happens from that point on, and we'll look for a little bit more. It's not like BlameF can win this round, but they've done significant damage. Another very sketchy situation.
Can he get
and
the
BlameF
op?
will grab the op, or I think he'll grab it after maybe the bomb explodes. There it is.
Good recovery.
That's not bad for him. I mean, equipment value is all complexity on this round. $5,000 weapon here. Here's a cheeky angle one more time with the deagle. And don't get me wrong, some great shots being hit, but like, how can you sustain this many losses versus pistols over and over again? It'll be the reason you lose if you do. Now this one could be a real test too, both for Poison and for Cloud9. They know an op is saved, seeing that BlameF lived and went ramp. So how will they deal with it? Scarier than it looks at times when you realize an op is available. I think BlameF... Oh, maybe he didn't get spotted. Oh my god, Floppy. It looked like he looked in the correct direction, but maybe he had his eyes closed. BlameF. He's going to fall out into vent.
A second gun
I feel like he
given over.
tried to get into vent in the first place, and then just found himself on the other side of it, luckily.
Made the best of a bad situation. Now Cloud9. Little hesitation. Gonna have to move past Floppy's corpse. BlameF has taken that Galil all the way outside, so information gathered. This really justifies the A-site stack USP. Negligible damage. Woxic's gonna get config, and Mezzy the second. There's a third player though, and it's just the pistols. That's the problem. The op and the Galil were really the big tools Complexity still had to work with. BlameF's gonna wrap around onto lobby. I mean, if we take a look at the last 4 rounds, there has only been 1 player to survive each time. So, economy on the line for Complexity yet again here.
Straight up almost feels like Complexity have gotten more kills on eco rounds than they have on gun rounds. Which is weird, just a weird thing.
Feels like Complexity has just been eternally in the eco rounds.
That's true too. Well, a small lead here for Cloud9. A real head scratcher of a half that is getting nearly wrapped up. 3 rounds to go. BlameF will punish 2 on the exits again.
3?
Make it 3. All of the exit kills and everything. And I mean, Cloud9 perpetually have a buy coming out of these rounds. They just don't have any money to fall back on if they lose. And then sometimes they do lose. It's just such a strange one. Nice position, though, for BlameF. Purchase... Oh my god, it's actually Galil's because of that. Woxic and Essetag putting up most of the stats. I think Essetag's CT side versus NIP was one to remember. We'll see about that in the second half, and really also curious about Complexity's T sides and how BlameF is going to pull off his lurks.
So far, BlameF's pulling off everything. He's 17-8, topping the server. Absolutely the reason they were strapped for cash at the start of this 13th round. Full-blown utility to the outer yard, leaving Floppy to lurk in lobby. This is kind of that standard look for Cloud9's T side. I'd say this is the first page in their playbook.
Yeah, it looks a lot like the first gun round, right? With this execution. And with nobody in heaven opping, they'll get a clean cross outside. Mezzy takes a small risk there by crossing that way. Config looks to get into lower. They actually bust out into mini. This is crazy. They turn directions so quickly, and it's actually a beautiful upper execute. Wow, you didn't see that happening. Mezzy just, it maybe was trying to use himself as a bait there to cause a distraction, but ends up staying alive, getting into secret, and they get the mini split off. There is basically nothing covered for Complexity. Like, if they weren't aware of the cross to lower, they weren't prepared for the upper hit, what were they ready for?
Not Cloud9. Not this T side. Complexity been hanging on by the skin of their teeth. And they're going to have to try and do that once more here. That was one of the 3 saving players taken down. Alex going to contest that op, and if they clear all these corners back here, then Complexity could be really worse off in the following round. We'll see what gets held on to. Oh, down goes JKS. Does BlameF extend for the op? I don't think he can. He's got to forfeit it over, so an 8th round.
And what will be one of the final strategies here for Cloud9 on T side? Overall, we look back on this and it's just 1s and 0s. 8 to 5 half looks good so far for Cloud9. There's going to be growing pains. They'll be happy that they lost 2 full eco rounds and still had a very successful half numerically. Estag's going to see the push-up. He's going to be covered by Mezzy from up top, on top of the silo. Rush will have some pressure applied to him in front of the squeaky. And they're trying to figure out if this is going to be another mini split or what the deal is. But they're down a player and they don't have any map control.
Alex was just sizing up outside of hut. Comes back in here, clears the squeaky, and Cloud9 looking to leave the lobby. Set up to that outer execute we know they use. Should just leave Floppy in position. Woxic's got a smoke primed. Going to be throwing this one out for Mini. Alex to Molotov onto the side of hut, but this smoke could cool everything off and then maybe Cloud9 throw it once it fades. Option to explode through it. But I feel like Cloud9, they've shown us comfort. No panic, no stress. Time is on their side because the utility is 2. We see Complexity. Double incendiary, one of which now thrown, and a single flash on config. So here we have it. Alex dumping nades in through the rooftops, looking to pinch through Mini. We've seen a similar split. Rush tries to get ahead of it, and Alex is going to find himself the double. Looking into the heavens and trying to clear the sniper. Poison also popped. It is nothing but headshots for Alex, and a 9th round for Cloud9.
I really like the pace of that, man. They've got a couple modes of aggression. Their first upstairs execute that was fast looked really strong. This one was a pump fake into punishing any flanks that would come through. They were correct on that read. They caught someone walking through lobby. They really took their time with it, and I mean, they already got the opening kill, so they had the option to slow it down. This was a strong read from Cloud9, a really nicely drilled execute, and all of the kills to pair up with it. Nice to see Alex getting some of the openings as well. They are focusing a lot on their lurk in that similar way that we're seeing either someone top silo, someone like Estag behind the first boxes outside, dedicated on most of the rounds, whether it's a lower hit or not. They did this in both of their nuke games so far.
Cloud9 officially on fire. Let's see if they can finish this T side engulfed in flames with a 10th or of Complexity. Put up another fight. They've got 2 noob tubes on the CT side.
See if there's any noobs.
Where are they positioned? Config's got one in
Yeah,
hut.
these are scary angles for sure.
Yeah, Poison over on ramp with it as well, so definitely capable. BlameF patient. Back by the side of Secret. Many members of Cloud9 outside yet again. How about a big blue peek? JKS just working with the FOMS, not ideal. BlameF eats the flashbang, delays the spray long enough to get a kill, but it's immediate trades thanks to Mezzy. He betters both of the defenders outdoors. Poison, he's going to evacuate down the ramp. It's the rotate procedure. Losing BlameF on Secret completely opens up the possibility of the B hit. When in reality, Floppy's still sitting outside lobby, Mezzy hanging out in garage, and Alex back on hell. So Cloud9, similar to last round, just squeezing their opponents with pressure, playing it slow, cool, calm, collected, and successful.
Yeah, it's a nice default. They read everything correctly. Again, they just are... They're patient in all the right positions, and I feel like this is the team that gets stronger the farther you get into the mid-round. So much IQ between the 5 of them. All picked up, you know, virtually all stars on their previous lineups besides Alex, and he's the one kind of puppeteering the whole affair. So 2 up here for Complexity, Rush and Poison. What can they do? I think Cloud9 know they've shoved them into a lobby push and are very aware of this. They can plant the bomb pretty safely. Floppy has the perfect angle to deal with the vent play as well. He's going to have to come up soon.
Mezzy able to get himself the follow-up on to Rush.
We're going to move on to half number 2. There's definitely a lot that went well for Cloud9. They definitely cleaned up at the end, just went on a spree, but at first it was a little bit shaky. I guess that's to be expected. Now Floppy on the ramp. We know what he can do from this position. Esatag camped in the corner, and Mezzi here as well. They are overstacked and overstaffed, and they are hitting shots to top it off.
Woxic just gets deleted. Config hitting them Glock headshots as the ladder push comes in. 3 players up, but Alex in position, tapping away at the heads. Blame F remains above. Config goes corralling inwards. And even with the bomb on his back, he has 4 kills in this pistol. Now that the objective is planted, you know he wants the ace, and Config's not gonna take it because Floppy has an answer. He's gonna get to the top of the hut, player over in heaven, and then he sees it. Does the lower man peek? Yes, sir. Floppy trying to section them off, reload, and a dive back down. Bomb's still halfway, and that tap could send them sporadically into the open. We'll see as Floppy gets a second. Now he anticipates the potential mini wraparound, but that is not the case. Blame F with ice in his veins waits out this round, and it is Complexity with a pistol round win.
God damn, that was really close. Nice patience from Blame F. Scary situation there as he has to read Floppy's play, but Complexity pick up the pistol. I wouldn't have it any other way. I want to really see what Complexity can do on this T side to test Cloud9, and at first it looked great. They had Cloud9 in ramp with 3 players on rotation, ready to attack this. Complexity run directly into the stack, so Cloud9 good read. You can see the preparedness coming in there, and almost Config shows us, you know, as just basically within 1 round shows us how well he was playing from the first half. He was definitely looking very, very sharp, and it's not rare to see Config have like really insane performances, but again, just one of the highest ceilings in the game when he gets going, and it feels like he's on the precipice of showing us what he can do here and now. Well, his team will need him more than ever, down 4 rounds. They'll go up against the Force now. 2 MAC-10s, 2 Galils, and 1 AK for Complexity. Just a single rifle on Floppy here, who scored himself a couple of kills on the pistol.
Triple smokes for the wall. Blame F and Config, highest rated players at the Showdown coming into this series and topping the scoreboard for Complexity for the moment. So trying to stay true to the expectations. Mezzi falling off of the hut, gets blasted back by JKS. This does send Woxic up into the heaven peak, but that scout doesn't want to stick around.
Well, that is the most important first kill they could find. He's the 1 player here upstairs, and instantly Cloud9 are into an exit/save situation. Good play from Complexity, picking the correct site. Not going to be a reinvestment when this gets to 10-7. We'll have to go and fight up against some pretty strong guns once again, and we'll find out what the tactic will be for Cloud9. Of course, the CT side really takes the edge off. I think it comes down a lot to what we'll see outside, especially versus Complexity. They're a team who know how to use the yard, and I think the best performance so far from Esatag on Cloud9 was on NUKE. He was the superstar of the lineup on NUKE versus NIP the other day. Absolutely amazing CT side, very creative. He found a new position to play almost every single round and put him in such a strong spot. So overall, they struggled. They only got 6 rounds on that CT side, but they still won the match. Alex goes up top to get some vision, and he'll spot a few on the cross. Floppy is here.
Same spot.
Yeah, and would they expect the second boost? They will not. Floppy make it 2. He does put up 2 with the FAMAS. It's 3-on-3. Poison's down to half HP. And JKS has the relay up inside the ramp, ready to push through, but Woxic has got a hard cross on this. Line of sight with a scout from Turnpike.
Doesn't have any grenades to delay it. He's going to hope they walk right into this crosshair and he hits that first shot. Maybe could justify the repeat.
This is enormous for Woxic's confidence, right? He doesn't have to move. He only has to worry about them going upstairs. But right now, they've already flanked outside.
First shot's astray. And right off of the back of that, he gives it up. goes all the way up into heaven. So now all of a sudden with Woxic giving up that first line, what's in store at the B site? We've got Mezzy tucked behind the control doors, and he hears those windows shattered. Molotov, a perfect bounce to flush him out of position. He could still technically get the 1v1 versus JKS, as Esatag looks to take the attention over on Decon. Bomb planted towards Old Toxic. Frag meant to be thrown in this direction. Will it soften him up? Absolutely. Nearly takes Poison down. And Mezzy inching closer towards control. JKS better hit this, or else suddenly that's a rifle offer over. And Esatag, he's the player to succeed. Question is, where is Woxic? Well, he's also come down to the Decon door. Both CTs out on site, and a headshot off the USP. JKS, though, he delivers all three when needed to give Complexity 8.
A real close call, but nicely done from JKS. Killing Mezzy first and foremost after he gets out of control room, and then they don't have the info too fast. Woxic, you can see he's thinking about the control room window, but it's actually him right there by the door. They bailed out of a bad situation. His config's gun runs dry from the upper rafters. A nice try from Cloud9, but this close shave going in favor of Complexity means they're within 2 now of tying up. Yes, the economy is not as strong as it could be, but they'll take the wins. BlameF is going to spot some people here, but oh my god, Esatag, I feel like he wasn't even looking in BlameF's direction and then just put shots down range, punish this player who, again, is such a feature of their T-sides. Doesn't have the opportunity to go for an aggressive lurk at look towards, like, Secret, and the game plan will now have to change slightly. Let's see if Poison can bring them back into this round.
Yeah, he's looking for a player that no longer sits here. They've receded all the way back. Woxic looks to take the angle.
Ooh.
Poison prepared for the peek.
That's a big duel.
Config, he's going to make up the distance. Tries to get over towards Hell. Esatag's down beneath on B. Floppy getting aggressive towards Lobby, but there is a player back here to hold him. That's JKS.
Let's see how aware they are of this. They know at this point. I mean, it's just the normal game you play. Take over lobby control when Heaven's taken. But this is interesting. They actually fall out. So are they going to read this and try to watch Heaven? JKS is not seeing anybody inside lobby, so they know that they're upstairs on the floor.
They're glued to it.
This is a handshake agreement to take this duel.
And Config's gonna lose it. Damage done by Mezzy. I don't know if they've seen Alex. Poison down into the A site. Esatag now all that's left over. He's gonna have to just burst past on the vent, but he gets checked, and so he runs for the hills. Complexity, like you said, a gentleman's agreement to take that gunfight.
That is a very interesting duel. They don't find the lurker outside of the lobby, so they come back inside, and they almost get the trades on Heaven. I guess Poison came in from Mini. Is that how he got the kill to the back of the site?
I think so.
Yeah, and then JKS was still alive to catch the ramp push as well. A very well orchestrated round, and a nice comeback into it from Complexity. Really using Poison to keep their options open. If he doesn't get the kill outside, they can't wrap and threaten Heaven in the first place. So the round really begins with him. His duels versus Woxic are going to be key. Of course, the reason from Woxic's perspective that he can't see Poison is he's so close to that wall.
Yeah.
So Poison always has the advantage on that fight.
Just
right side peek for him as well.
spot on. Pistols back for Cloud9. This is a unsuccessful CT side thus far. 0 rounds for Cloud9 on the defense, back into just the pistols. Esatag's M4. That's what was saved last round. Let's see if you can do anything with it. He is the raid boss on the rifle. Frag grenade is excellent. Takes BlameF down to half health. He's been kind of nullified these last 2 rounds outdoors.
Who's that?
BlameF.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cut down immediately. I really do think his lurks can be, honestly, somewhat obvious on T side. And I think teams are starting to catch on. It's resulted in some of their most recent losses, so that's what I was most curious about. But he can still manage to find impact, such a strong rifler. Okay.
Alex just got boosted. Ooh. He's still in this position, and the rifle's going to draw attention away. Oh, Alex starting to drop some shots. He does the damage. Primes Esatag, who's in with 3 kills. That solo rifle comes back up ramp. Surprise, surprise. Oh, and the headshot. Now it's just BlameF, and that frag grenade at the start of the round has him walking wounded. However, He's able to hunt down Woxic, and that could be the crucial turning point. 50 seconds, it's a fight versus Tag, and he hits that one too. blameF looking to lead by example.
Oh, look at this. He's holding for the lobby flank. No way. Does he win the duel this way? This would be incredible. There's enough time in the clock. He can play it however he wants. He's got to get the bomb back. What site will he choose? Mezzy, so much pressure on him to save this round, and blameF, you know he's going to keep his cool. One of the most clutch players on Complexity, if not the most. He's moving back towards upstairs, and Mezzy is gambling here. So he'll sit patient. Noise going to be made at ladder, and here's a chance with 10 seconds left that Mezzy comes out and takes the risk, and it looks like he will punish. The plant will not go down. Mezzy saves it and justifies all of the effort that Tag put in, despite him dying to that amazing peek by blameF in the last few seconds.
First kill, runs down, puts out the smoke, comes right back at the same time that Alex does the damage. And that headshot, I mean, JKS, get wrecked. Mezzy, cool as ice, sitting inside of that hut. That is the round Cloud9 put to the board first on the CT side. A solo rifle saved by Tag. An early grenade to help out in that final 1v1. Don't forget it. And we've got guns right back, but that is substantial damage into Tag and Alex. They are softened early.
Oh, man. This match is definitely delivering. Moving down to the final few rounds. The push out of Squeaky, there's going to be so much pressure here on Alex to react. Will he be aware that they've made progress at all? There's two players stacked up behind the site. Now they've both been spotted. Alex, he'll put together one kill, but that's not quite enough. Woxic will help from the top ropes. The bomb is now starting to get planted, and Tag, he might find a moment to get out of the hut. Yeah, or out of the vent, excuse me. He is now in position.
No door, though.
They've heard him on the ladder.
You can see them trying to keep themselves spinning back and round. Another smoke thrown out. Tag just looking to buy time. His teammates both in heaven. Tag now counters out the Squeaky player. His flashbang is going to mean that heaven pop's about to come in, and it's another trade back and forth. Woxic comes down, hits the site, scopes in for the frag versus poison. It falls onto blameF in yet another clutch. Flashbang goes out. He cannot run through this, and no! It stopped! Now Woxic's on top of the bomb. 2 seconds, it pops! blameF! What a robbery!
The wall bang, 1v2. You're kidding, to save the round. That was over. The retake was unbelievable. That is ridiculous.
Takes the wind right out of their sails. When he backs up from that molly, you think maybe he has no other choice. A little bit of desperation, but damn, does it pay off.
That is extraordinary. Oh my God. So many interesting moves in that one round alone. They try their hardest. The money is not looking good here for Cloud9. 3 MP9s to work with and another upstairs hit coming quickly. But Mezzy and Ko look prepared. Just him alone will get a couple of kills. They're making money on top of stopping this exec. It'll be down to JKS. Quarter HP. 40 health in total. 1v2 situation. Eyes on one, but clearly doesn't have information on the other.
They're both back in lobby. His guard on high alert. Can't even afford the reload, so he needs to do this with the 14 bullets. Bomb should be his for the taking, or does Floppy already have eyes on it? No, he gives it over.
This
JKS just had a chance.
This is a round. He knows it's being watched. He's going to try to make this a 1v1 if possible. They're playing together, but you could see the anxieties are high. He'll look for the first fight. Floppy will peek out early. They didn't want to let him drop. Don't have much money at all. Looking to see if they invest. Yeah, they're going to buy all down to 0. Cloud9 might realize the money is absolutely broken here. What is going to be the opening strategy? If you're Cloud9, all you've got to do is stop the vent drop, spot outside to make sure no gimmicks happen. Floppy, don't get caught with grenades out, and then you have a clean anti-eco. Complexity aware of this. Slowing it down, not doing anything too hasty. Oh man, Poison, he's starting to clear stuff outside. Floppy will get some damage off, but that's all he'll get. He'll drop the molly, fall back. This leaves Turnpike in question a little bit. And Woxic wants to make sure to maintain distance here up in the heavens.
But looking downwards, Tag's able to find Poison. He's challenging from outside. Gonna look for another fight on Hell. Does drop the bomb carrier, but now that's the opening kill back for Complexity. And nobody actually over here to stop them from getting that rifle, so they should have a bigger weapon to work with. It's in the hands of Config. Blame F just sitting inside of Hut. Woxic's about to walk right in, unsuspecting. That's an op now given over, a 3 versus 3. And we watched more than once in that first half, Complexity making something happen with just pistols. A scout's been retrieved. Suddenly, Complexity go from pistols to weapons.
Not the first time Woxic has given over the op to pistoling players.
Floppy's given his back up to the control doors. If this swings open, he could be so compromised. He's going to have to swing 180 and keep himself in cover. He doesn't get back behind box. JKS pops him. And now we've got Config planting bomb. Alex and Mezzy. 2 versus 3 with a decent bit of utility. They have the smoke technically for the defuse, but the doors swing right in the face of Config. And now Mezzy, contemplating the clutch, would rather keep his gun. It is Complexity to win this with just pistols.
God, if they can't hold their nerve a little bit when they have a 4-3 advantage and it's Woxic who feels the need to make a play without the help of his teammates that early on, something is going wrong. Really taking a liberty there. Yes, if he gets into Hut, there's nobody waiting for him. He has an incredibly strong angle to make sure that they can never execute upper. But in that situation where there is Blame F waiting for some kind of push, some kind of re-aggression where maybe it was unwarranted, this allows Complexity back into the round. They don't even need the op, but they can fall back on if the retake even took place. But in this spot, you have to wonder how can they lose so many rounds to just pistols? It is probably a game of nerves. Both teams definitely making mistakes. It's creating some very interesting situations. But in Complexity on a very Hail Mary investment, not much to work with. Knew their money would be broken for a couple of rounds. Invested to 0. Got a single AK, if that, out of it. Maybe just a scout. And now have put Cloud9 back on a save.
Quick opening too. Two rounds so far for Cloud9. A 10-5 half. Turned back by Complexity. Woxic just going to hang out behind red, let these players cross. He actually gets hard cleared by Config. And Alex, well, he was hoping to stop a player before they would compromise Secret, but that is not the case. A 5 versus 2 for Complexity. I've got a hunch we're tied at 12.
Yeah. Wow. So tense here on Nuke, man. It doesn't feel like it's a map 1. It feels like it's map 3 already. The amount of crazy stuff that's happened, it's felt like we've grown years just watching this one half play out. And there's still so much to give once we do tie up at 12-12. Another safe plant will go down. Mezzy might grandfather this Falmus forward into the next round. And finally, Complexity will have a moment of respite. They'll cool off, start talking about what to do next. We've seen them continue forward from a previous round into the same exec the next time and get punished. There's no telling what they'll try.
Mezzy gonna try to pull the Blame F. They know better.
Floppy tapped the bomb. Oh my god. They don't actually come out. Oh my god, that's so interesting. They actually played it back. That is funny.
I'm so happy we get that from Mezzy's perspective, because you just see all the outlines just scramble.
I just saw the exclamation marks over their head.
Like AIs. All right, Cloud9. Gonna give another one up. We are tied at 12 with a gun round back on the table. ADR looking hot. Tag versus Blame F, near neck and neck at the top, respectively, for each team. 2 rounds in a row for Complexity. Poison taken to the rooftops.
They're a bit light on grenades here, so I think Cloud9 want to do their best to try to hold things off, but they don't want to give up everything early on if they don't think it's going to be a fast exec. Poison on the rooftop looking to set up grenades. How many employees upper at the moment? It looks like just two. Esatag playing back outside, trying to see if they make a mistake on a lurk. It'll be him versus Blame F. Mezzi off the corner of a molly will take a ton of damage. Alex, wow. He eats a lot of bullets, but he gets incredible amounts of info here, watching them work towards the ramp. This might change the game for Complexity.
99 damage is what he takes before Blame F takes him down. And Complexity, they're going to come right back into Hut. Can Mezzi's position pay off? No. Rush having softened him. Now it's Esatag's chance. He gets 2 kills. Oh, 3 kills! Sectioning them off one by one. JKS turns this on its head. Woxic nearly getting that flick into Blame, who comes out from the garage, but it's Floppy.
They know he's a ramp player. Floppy's looking to try to play this a little bit.
Up the ladder he goes, and over the ledge he could. JKS catching his head. Complexity catching the lead.
Okay, they're so fortunate to have someone like Esatag who can put together a 3K spray down like that, but they failed on every other front. That was an interesting spot. I mean, even though they took so much damage, again, Alex got a lot of info, but it was a false flag. They actually came back upstairs into the execute, and Blame F got away with his lurk outside, which is his bread and butter. Why sometimes their T-sides can be so scary. This is Complexity in a lead in the power position, going up against the op of Woxic. What an investment. Everybody is down to $1,000 to $2,000, and they're going to see that Woxic has this gun. I don't know if they're going to read into it as a scout or be aware, but suddenly they're treating this like an anti-force instead of an anti-eco. Complexity on full alert.
That solo op is outer. Obviously, these smokes completely cancel him out. Is Woxic going to challenge around? Yes. But with eyes up top instead of down low, he's not going to see anything. Esatag tries to pump some deagle shots through smoke, but check out this patience from Complexity. They're still tucked behind Silo.
It's a big game of timing.
50 seconds.
Poison knows he's the hero of the round if he wins this duel versus Woxic. Woxic will get battered through the side of garage, tagged by Poison, finished off by Blame F.
Now it's just the pistols. 30 seconds remain. Complexity refrain from sinking into the A site. This is going to leave JKS for the late lurk, and Floppy could very well get caught here if he doesn't check all the corners. He's going to offer his backup to JKS, who takes him. Bomb plant for the B site. Complexity yet again squeezing Cloud9 in a position where they had so little to work with. Alex will answer as he comes down from ramp, but Rush puts an end to that one real quick. And Complexity now 14 rounds to 12, even denying Mezzi his escape. Esatag could grab Woxic's op, and I think that's the only silver lining Cloud9 will find in round 26.
Complexity have done a good job of keeping their intentions a mystery here late into the second half, forcing Cloud9 to rotate back and forth without getting aggressive map control, and when they go for it, they get punished. Finding Blame F outside have proved to be much of a challenge. His main pocket play was getting into that the side of Mini and wrapping upstairs and doing that quite often, but he hasn't done that once and still found ways to have a lot of impact. How many resources do they want to put into Blame F watch outside? And will they just have to stop something fast upper first? It looks like they'll instead respond by pushing inside the ramp. How much noise has been made is the question. Woxic, he's starting to get very aggressive. He can close off this angle.
Nobody's watching. Nobody's watching Floppy. He's going to hit this right here, right now, and it's perfect. Alex able to hold the front line as Floppy takes 2 off the back. It's not too often Complexity are clumped up like that. And this round, Cloud9 call it out. Blame F and Poison still standing. And the T's were just about to sink their teeth into that upper sight. Floppy had to go. He had Woxic right behind him, who now still sticks back here by the ramp. Poison, he's hoping to hunt somebody down outdoors, but there's nobody really for him to find. Floppy just now getting towards Hell as Poison opts through Mini, but he doubles back. 45 seconds left. Floppy exiting the doorway.
Oh, they're just missing each other like ships in the night. Poison, P250
Oh
out, misses Floppy again, and he'll get spotted out. Floppy is so in tune with the timing as Poison wraps outside. This game is certainly not over. It does feel like at Complexity's best right now, they can take control of a situation in a default and really make it too hard for Cloud9 to win. But there's a tactic versus the upper explode that, as you mentioned, it's a fast flank, and it could have very easily just been a good retake position, but because of how fast Floppy came through with it, it was so much more effective. So that timing is great. It's not something that's going to win you every single round, but in a close game like this, it's everything that you need. But it's going to be a total reset now. Again, it's going to be a guessing game as to what Complexity want to try to do. Do they have their heart set on upper sight? Or do they want to spend more time outside? But if they don't test the ramp like they haven't been, eventually the ramp is going to test them with pushes like that.
Oh, they then immediately put that off in position. Poison, he's looking over on it. And I believe Floppy's on his own. Yep. Just tucked behind the box. This is going to be a big push versus Floppy. It's enough to scare him down the ramp. But Complexity, did they make their commitment? Config met by smoke. There's two CTs in position. Floppy, he's up close and personal. 2 kills for him. Alex was just there to serve distraction.
That was a beautiful rotation by Alex there just in time.
Barely still alive, 20 health. Mezzy, don't let your guard down. He drops through the vent, and that's an audio cue given over. Complexity able to get the plant, and Woxic just sidearms Blame F. That's the top fragger of Complexity down in the post plant, outnumbered 2-1. Cloud9. Tons of kits, tons of utility, but JKS over on control. Easy first headshot, a second, and almost a third, but Esatag keeps his head down. Now it's even 2v2, taken to the 1v1, and Poison with a scope up has time on his side, but a smoke in his face, an AK spray. Esatag sticks it all the way to the end, but it's denied by Poison.
Within a second, let's take a look at JKS masterfully cleaning up control again, holding down those stairs. 4-on-2 situation. He has to be absolutely clinical with every single peek. That is beautiful. Even gets dinked by Mezzy, and so much time is taken off the clock. Only for Poison to look like his guard was down, pick up the AK, and then come in with a second spam. You cannot blame Esatag for trying to stick in that situation. He got so damn close.
0.96 seconds left on the defuse.
And that's for 15 rounds. That was the one to tie it up here for Cloud9.
This has been a sickening game of Counter-Strike in all the best ways. So many little moments. And all of a sudden, Config opens it up. Esatag looking to clamp down on Squeaky. They're, oh my goodness, all out from it. Woxic back sight. Players getting closer. He turns his attention away.
Oh my god, they just are going to plant, not even realizing he's still here. He'll shoot one in the side. There's 2 players up. This round is critically important. Of course, it's 3-on-2. And is he going to cover this? Poison actually comes out for the duel early. Molotov in his hands. No T to peek with him.
Alex coming in with a back turn. Poison, he's going to get one. It's a bit of a labored spray. Remember, bomb is planted front side. Blame F looking to finish this. Alex just crossing from beyond the Squeaky. Doesn't see anything. The trajectory, it misses. Is this going to get stuck by Alex? No, he has to get off.
Time. They have to get on the bomb.
Right
cover
now.
It with a single person. They'll stick it in the final few seconds.
He does it again!
Again!
Again, he does it! Blame F! 16-13 for Complexity! And the Juggernaut hits first